been listening to my fan base. I have been listening to all of you.
He needs to start fasting furiously. The finale of Fat and Furious. He is obese, coming out as a fat piece of shit. Coach Greg, in today's video, I want to announce to the world, I'm so excited for this, the brand new installment of the Fast and Furious collaboration. And the title, Fasting Furiously, which is exactly what Vin Diesel's gonna have to do, is he's gonna have to get in shape to play Dominic Toretto. Vin Diesel, growing up, he was one of those guys. No, he was the guy. The hottest guy out there. He made being bald hot, sexy, and he put it on the map. He had that deep voice, and boy, the things he would do for his country.
Thinking you're in America.
The only problem is now he has that voice that's made for radio. And did you know that he played Groot?
Oh, yeah, Groot!
And so it's now time to get in shape.
We have been working very hard to bring you the finale.
Upon this announcement to the world, the people, they went crazy. I'm talking about tens of thousands of comments. Everyone commenting on the fact that he got fat, that he let himself go. The finale of Fat and Furious. Who else came straight to the comments? I mean, the people they know. They can sense something is about to go on. I always wanted a body like Vin Diesel when I was growing up, and looks like I finally achieved it. And the number one comment by far, 56,000 likes. I mean, they love this comment. He needs to start fasting furiously. It then says, underrated comment. How is it underrated when it's literally the number one comment with the most likes? It's exactly where it should be. Dominic Toretto. He got until 2027 to look like Dominic Toretto. And so here's what I want you to know. This is what an actual dad bod looks like. Y'all saying Chris Bumstead in his off season's a dad bod, Jason Momoa. No, those are not dad bods. Those are guys with ridiculously high levels of muscle with a little bit of body fat. They're not single-digit body fat. They're normal. And so the next time you see a very athletic guy with a lot of muscle, perhaps he's a power lifter or a strongman competitor, that is not a dad bod. This is a dad bod. Someone who used to have an amazing physique. Bro had visible abs, he had great looking arms, chest, and so on, but he simply let himself go. This is the epitome of body shaming. This is what we know as body shaming. But as Myron once said, or probably said it a lot, we need to bring body shaming back. Well, let's talk about that. How many of you think that it's okay to make fun of Vin Diesel? I mean, clearly, we're saying fasting furiously. When we compare Lizzo to Vin Diesel is clearly in better shape than Lizzo, but Lizzo is getting all kinds of praise. And why? Well, she's losing the weight. She said, hey, I used to think that eating 3,000 to 5,000 calories was okay. That's what she was eating, average 4,000 calories. And I realized that if you eat in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. And so she's losing the weight. And so people are praising her for doing so. Well, some people are actually insulting her because they want her to stay fat so they can cope and feel better about their own bodies. And so when they see a fellow fatty lose weight, it pisses them off, which is moronic. Should be cheering for other people who do something good with their lives. And so when Vin Diesel does the opposite, for years he looked amazing, and then suddenly he just decides to let himself go. Basically giving up on life. I don't care. He's worth about $225 million. He has the money to even, for example, hire Coach Greg. If he wanted to lose weight, he could hire me. It'd be very easy. You don't think that I could get Vin Diesel in shape with today's technology? And of course, perhaps his cravings are through the roof. He has access to so much food. Well, if he wanted to reduce his appetite, we have GLP Max. And if he had my cookbook of which he could get a chef to make all his meals, it'd be easy for him to lose weight. Improve cardio, GO2 Max. And we all know about Turk Builder Max and newly to be released Turk Platinum. Very shiny. But what I feel is the problem is I personally think, and I asked ChatGPT what ChatGPT thought, and Well, we both think he used to abuse performance-enhancing drugs. I said, don't you just think it might have been just HRT? And ChatGPT laughed. You really think somebody's been being paid $20 to $25 million for a movie role to look good is not going to use those drugs? Why wouldn't they? If we compare his physique back then to right now, to me, it's almost obvious. How did he have so much muscle back then and lose it all today? Now, it's possible he just worked out harder than last time, had great genetics, and then just completely gave up. But I do believe it's more likely that he used certain substances and decided to stop. Now, is he on HRT? I highly doubt it. I mean, he might be. And is he a candidate? Perhaps he is. If you use testosterone and stop, your testosterone levels can be crashed for good. If that was the case, of course, he could get G-Test Platinum to improve his testosterone levels, or he could go and see a doctor, get his blood work done, and see if he needs medication. But what he really needs is to just eat better and to move more. If he did more cardio, put the fork down, I'm certain he could improve his body. And how many people want to see this version of Vin Diesel in 2027 in the final installment of the series? I mean, it would be highly disappointing. And so you might think, well, we're body shaming him, but do we not have the right to cheer for our heroes to look the way that we want them to be? I mean, think of it. When you're an actor, you're playing a role. And so when people insult Vin Diesel, are they actually insulting Vin Diesel? Or are they insulting the character that he plays? I do believe that it's a little bit of both. And so when we look at celebrities like Vin Diesel or Leonardo DiCaprio or Brad Pitt, we put them on a pedestal. And oftentimes we're jealous or envious of them. And so because of that, any chance we get to put them down a notch or two by insulting them or making statements, we're going to do that, because the comments that are stated right here, would you tell that to your mom or your dad, your brother or sister? Probably not. I mean, some people would. Bros, guys, we tend to talk to other guys like this. We make fun of them, we tease them. Some would call it bullying, but if your homie gains 75 pounds of fat, would it not make sense for you to say, yo, what are you doing? Maybe you should stop. Have you seen your stomach lately? How are you going to be healthy? And so this likely going to take years off of his life. But when a stranger does it, it doesn't have the same je ne sais quoi. It feels like an insult. It feels like we're putting him down, of which we actually are. Of course we're putting him down. Just because he's a celebrity, I'm sure he doesn't want to read 10,000 comments of people making fun of him for his weight. But to the same account, what if that wakes him up? What if he's thinking, you know what? If 10,000 people think that I'm now obese and that I've let myself go and that I actually have a dad bod and I'm starring as an action hero, which you're expected to look a certain way, maybe I should do something about it. I mean, if people are spending their hard-earned money to go and watch an action hero, one that they remember as being larger than life, should they not be allowed to voice their concerns? I actually think so. I mean, I made a video on this guy 3 years ago and I said, body shaming is wrong. We shouldn't be making fun of him. But should we though? Because hey, what if that is what we need? What if we've gotten soft as a society? What if we become too complacent? Hey, body positivity, love your body no matter what. Hey, Vin Diesel, if you want to be 75 pounds overweight and play an action lead hero, well, we're all for it. Go ahead. And so in the next installment of Batman, how about we have Vin Diesel? Hey, I'm Fat Man. Would that work? I don't want to see Fat Man. I don't want to see Superman coming out as a fat piece of shit. And with He-Man being one of my favorite cartoons of all time when I was growing up, and they're actually having He-Man, if He-Man came out with a gut, I'm not talking about a steroid gut. I'm talking about an actual belly. Like, he's 50 pounds overweight. I'm not watching the movie. I don't want to see Fat Man. I want to see He-Man. I don't want to see he, she, man. I don't want to see some half man, half woman. I don't want to see somebody who identifies as a He-Man. I want to see actual He-Man. He should have blonde hair, very tan skin. He has to have the proper tan. And that is what He-Man looks like. I don't want it to be where people play roles where they don't look the part. We want Vin Diesel to look the part. And so I do believe that most people, They want him to take steroids. They want him to do Ozempic. I truly believe that people want Vin Diesel to do whatever it takes, as Rich Piano once said.
Whatever it takes.
People, when it comes to Hollywood, when it comes to whatever, they want to turn a blind eye. They don't want to know. I mean, after all, do you really want Vin Diesel to abuse performance-enhancing drugs to get back the physique he once had? Do you want to? I mean, if he does, and I do a natty or not and say, you all think that Vin Diesel just magically put on 20 pounds of muscle and lost 50 pounds of fat and now looks like this? Do you want that? Of course you do, but you don't want to know how he did it. But if he does that, you're going to enjoy me calling him out. But secretly, you want it to happen. And how do I know this? Well, you're all cheering for The Rock. Oh, The Rock, he looks amazing. He's in his 50s. How many of you think he's actually natural? And why are we not talking about the fact that he potentially even had a heart attack? That he's likely not going to make it into his 60s. But, oh, let's not care. Let's not worry about that. You don't have to abuse steroids. You don't even have to use HRT to get in shape. He is obese. What he needs to do is to eat fewer calories and burn more of them off. It's that simple. If he joins the gym, lifts weights, does cardio, and eats fewer calories, he's going to get leaner. He's going to look significantly better. And so can you. You don't need to use steroids. You don't even need HRT. You just need to want it more. And if you want it more, what are you going to do? Perhaps you're going to get my cookbook, but even if you don't, can you not eat more fruits and vegetables? Can you not choose leaner cuts of meat? Consume lower fat dairy products? It really is that simple. And so by having fewer calories in your diet and perhaps going for more walks, doing zone 2 cardio, 150 minutes of cardio a week, or perhaps even a little more, I'm riding my bike an hour a day, sometimes more, sometimes a little less, but on average, 1 hour or more per day. If I can do this while lifting weights, can't you do half of that? Is it not worth it to be in the shape of your life? To not only look good, but feel good as well. Do y'all think that Vin Diesel feels good? He has $225 million. That's even more than Coach Greg. Do you think I would trade places with Vin Diesel in order to have all of his money? What would I do with it? Well, the first thing I would do is spend all of it to get back into the shape I am right now. Being healthy is worth more than everything. If you had $1 billion and you were not healthy, would you not trade all of it to get back in shape? I most certainly would. And so why are we not doing the things proactively to prevent ourselves from ending up like Vin Diesel? Now, yes, I get it. It could be a lot worse. Of course it could. He could be 100 pounds heavier, but we've seen him throughout his career, and so clearly he has let himself go. He doesn't have horrible genetics. If he had been obese his entire life, 100 pounds overweight or more, morbidly obese, and he looked like this right now, I would applaud him. I'd say, hey, great job. For your genetics, you put in the work. You've improved your body. We all remember Brentley G. Formerly was 573 pounds. Now he's in the low 300s. Is he perfect? Of course not. But he's lost over 200 pounds. That makes a significant difference. Not everyone is born to have a six-pack, but for the most part, most of you can in fact do better.
The studio said to me, can we please have the finale of Fast and Furious? I said under 3 conditions.
Man, the main thing we've been asking is for Vin Diesel to go on a diet.
Bring the franchise back to LA.
Y'all can do better than that.
And you know who else can do better than that? Vin Diesel himself. He can do better. Mia, what did you put in that sandwich? Dominique Torta. There's a Fat and Furious franchise. He wants 3 things: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My dude lost all discipline, and so perhaps that's what happens when you become ultra rich. Like when you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, you can buy anything. But one thing you can't buy is self-respect. How or no, why would you let yourself go? I know how, but why? I can't fathom this. I mean, you used to be a guy who was in shape, fit, an inspiration to other people, and now you're not. And so why would you want to lose that? I mean, does money really matter that much? I mean, for all the money in the world, if somebody said, you know what, I'll give you $225 million, and all you have to do is let yourself go like Vin Diesel, Stop eating healthy, stop bike racing, and sit back and relax. Lay on the beach. Perhaps drink several mojitos. I don't know. Sit back and just have relaxation. There's no way. I mean, change that from 225 million to 225 billion. I wouldn't do it. And so, hey, maybe I just can't relate. Maybe I'm different, but I can't understand how he could allow his body to just fall to pieces like this. I don't get it. And so I'm hoping he can get back in shape, and not just for this movie, for himself. Trust me, it's worth it. This is going to take years off of your life, having this much body fat for no reason. When you have this kind of money, you can hire the chefs, the coaches, get the best gyms in the world. You've got it made. And so seeing Vin Diesel get in this kind of shape, I guess it makes other people feel better, you know. Rather than working on themselves to go up and meet Vin Diesel at the top, it's so much easier to berate, put him down, make fun of him, call him fat and so on, because it takes more work to bring yourself up, to lift yourself up, than it does to tear someone else down. If it can happen to Vin Diesel, who has millions of dollars, it can happen to anyone. And so don't let it. Realize this can happen to you. You were in shape as a teenager, you're in your 20s and so on. Yeah. Talk to me when you're 49, see if you're still in shape, or when you're 57. And so if you really want it, you can do it. Now, interested in coaching by me and my team, of course, click the link in the description and apply. You're interested in any of the supplements, we even have Turk Platinum now. Better than last time, even better. Look at the packaging. This is amazing. It also includes a sheet explaining all the different ingredients, exactly what they're doing. And so if you're interested in that, code Greg 15% off. Remember to get Blue Lobstered before going to the gym, have better workouts than last time. You all know about the Blue Lobster and the Sharmuta crab. They've been hanging out, having babies. They're having great times. And so please go out and do that. Don't forget about G-Test Platinum, GO2 Max, G-Test Max. So many supplements. Get to the website. And until next time, oh yeah, subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like both of those videos, and then watch them, or watch them, then like them. Do something. And until next time, I am out.